In the last video, we saw how to add labels to an iPhone or iPad app using the interface builder and the libraries pane down here. Now we're just going to see a couple more things that you can easily add to your apps, and we'll start by looking at text fields. So this we can find in the same way down here in the libraries pane. If you just type text, and you'll see text field there. We can drag that in, and you can see straight away we've got a text field. Easy as that. And there it is in our app preview. Let's just get rid of that. We don't need that at the moment. So there it is. If we run the app with the text field in, we'll be able to actually enter some text into the field, and we can see that it works exactly like you would expect a text field to. There it is. So if I just tap in there or click, you can see the iOS 8 keyboard with the projection has come up there, and now we can just type whatever we like into our field. So we don't have to do any of that programmatically. Xcode and the iPhone work together to make a text field work in just the way you might want it to. And again, over here in the attributes area, we can set some default text, which will then appear in the text box as default. We can change the color, the font and the alignment, placeholder text, and all of those sorts of things. These ones are particularly useful options. You can turn off spell checking if you've got a username, for example, or if you want your users to enter, say, a number or a particular type of text, then you can change it there, and that means that the different keyboard will pop up depending on what you select. And I won't worry too much about the rest of those, but do spend a little bit of time just messing around with that and seeing what you can make it do. Best way to learn. So there we go. We can drag it around, change the size, just like we did for the label earlier, and you can see it responding immediately in the preview. So that's text boxes. The other thing we're going to look at in this video is buttons. So we just type it down the bottom there, sorry, just the one. Buttons, and then we do exactly the same as before. You can see it's popped in there, and then we'll drag it in. I'm ignoring that blue dotted line for the moment. I'll explain what it means a little bit later on. And there it is. Simply, we've got our button. You can see it's in the iOS 7 very minimalist style. We might want to change the text to be "click me" or something like that. And then I'm just going to stretch it out so that we can see that nice and large. There we go. So there's our button, and there's our interface. If we want to see how the button actually responds in a live app, again, we can just run it. I did that using Command R this time. I'll do that from now on just to speed things up a little bit. We don't need to go and click the triangle every time to get it started. And there's the app. So we've got our label up here, our text, and then if we tap the button, you can see that it responds very nicely, very quickly, like a normal iOS button. So we've done pretty well so far. Our app doesn't look like much, but it's got some text in, it's got a text field, and it's got a button. Not a bad start. Now you might be wondering, where's the code? This is a coding course. Where's the code? All we're doing is dragging and dropping so far. Well, don't worry. In the next video, we'll start writing a little bit of Swift code and getting our app actually doing something.